the Van Boys are in some drama, guys, and there's been like talk about Canada Van Boy, I think his name, and about sleeping around, sleeping with Prosties, and we have to talk about this, okay? You boys really need to learn, and I'm not specifically talking about them, I'm talking about the guys that fly here to Asia and try to get some action. Yo, check out this view. It ends up turning into a huge lake. Isn't that crazy? I pay $200 a month to live here. I want to talk about escotes, prosties, and the huge risk with prosties that will change your life forever. No one ever talks about this. By the way, while you're here, make sure to subscribe. I've got a Malaysian video coming soon, man. Malaysia was amazing. Like so many tourists, and a lot of even the young people, man, they're hiring like prosties and escotes, and it's like, wow. And I get it because it's easy, it's accessible. You don't have to put so much effort like you would with a girl who's not doing that. But at the same time, I don't know, because some of these girls here be really easy too, the tourists. And that goes into my next thing, that they have to worry, be more concerned and considerate. So I did they have to be concerned about STDs. Now the two ones that are incurable is herpes simplex 1 and herpes simplex 2. Now everyone pretty much, or I don't, but most people have herpes simplex 1, and there's nothing wrong with it. Even herpes simplex 2 is nothing wrong with it. Well, there is. It's inconvenient. If you have a low immune system, it can really screw you up. It's something that I studied because I got misdiagnosed when I was in Mexico, and I never had it. I thought I was asymptomatic, but the whole time I never had it. It was just a really dodgy blood test, and I paid a lot of money for it too. And then yeah, I found out after different labs I was negative for a proper lab too. So you know, there's little things you have to look out for, and I'll teach you all that, okay? Okay, fellas? A condom isn't going to protect you. You guys have this mindset that, oh, well, I have a condom and I'm safe and I'm not gonna get anything wrong. Do you know how many dudes have bumps and lumps on their what you call it, just above the pin? You know what I'm saying, where the condom don't cover. You have it there. Let me show you. Like in this area, right above there, that's where you got it. Y'all be having like near your belly button too. Some of y'all having it in your butt cheeks. Herpes simplex 2, and it's been burning and itching some of y'all. Y'all check out gym. We got a good gym session today. I can't wait. Okay, let's say someone is asymptomatic, meaning they have the disease, but they don't show any symptoms. Those people can spread it to you because they could be actively shedding. You don't know when they're shedding because they don't show any symptoms. Usually with people who do have symptoms, you know, okay, well, we're not going to do anything during this time when you have an outbreak because you could pass it to me, or we're just going to protect that area and make sure, you know, we don't have skin to skin contact in that area. Whatever you do, and still, even then, it can still be a risk, but it's a lower risk because you know where it is, right? Now with asymptomatic people, you don't know when they're shedding. And basically you guys hook up with these hookers who have multiple partners every day, with seedy people who have a very crazy addiction to sex, and they're just sleeping with everyone and anything, and then they're sleeping with these prosties. Then you are basically paying for a bag of STDs. That's what you're paying for. And I don't mean that in disrespect. I have many friends who are sex workers. I have a lot of them in Mexico. And do you, it's your body. Like, if you want to get money by doing that, do you. I'm all about freedom. I don't like to look down on people because they choose a certain job, but I am realistic, and I know that that job is a high risk job. So when you are with these Prosties Canada, you would like go to a lab and get a test for herpes simplex 2, I promise you most likely already have it. If you are hooking up with Prosties on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, I'm telling you, you have already put your body at risk, a high risk of herpes simplex 2. If you went to a lab and you don't have it, then lucky you. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because if you end up with a partner who has a low immune system, or their body just does not react to that disease well, you're in so much shit. If they end up getting lumps and bumps all over their body or in certain areas because you were dumb enough to go out and take do high risk activities, that's just sad. And it's just really crazy because a lot of these tourists be doing that. A lot of these husbands be coming to Asia, sleeping with these women and escortes, and they be just getting STDs at the bitch. At the bitch, y'all. And they think they're safe because they went to a lab and got an STD panel test. Baby, that's not enough, bro. You have to pay more. And I know because I take responsibility in my business. I make sure they get tested, I get tested, we go to the same lab. In Thailand, it costs 3,000 baht to get a proper, or in Bangkok it's more, 6,000, 5,000 baht to get a proper HVS2, herpes simplex 2, herpes simplex 1 blood test. Because some places do the urine test. The urine test is not that great, okay? So boys, when you go out here having fun, go to a laboratory first, get tested, and make sure you get tested for herpes simplex 1 and herpes simplex 2. Not the test that doesn't tell you the difference. There's tests that say you have herpes, but they don't tell you if you got 1 or if you got 2. You want the one that can disinitiate from the 2, and they cost more. They cost 3,000 baht to 5,000 baht here in Thailand. Vietnam is so much more cheaper. Ecuador is so much more cheaper. You need to go there. You get a blood test, and the test results usually take a week. Depending where you are, it can take 2 days. And then you're gonna get your results, and then you're gonna see if you are IgG or IgM. IgG means it's in your immune system and you've had it for a long time and you didn't know. Unless you've had outbreaks and you're like, oh yeah, I've had it. So when you have that mindset like Canada does, sleeping around with girls, paying for Prosties, these are the type of guys that are high risks. Like, these are the type of guys, if you sleep with them, they're most likely going to give you an STD, okay? Especially with these Prosties. So you guys, when you come here, especially with tourist girls, you're just going out there, play with my ding-a-ling, free willy with every bitch out there, bro. I'm telling you, it is such a high risk because tourists are crazy. It's like, I get it. You're here, you got freedom. But they be taking the most crazy risks, the craziest activities, and they think they're safe because they wrapped it up, when no. Condom only protects you from HIV, gonorrhea, some other bunch of STDs, but there's a risks when it comes to herpes and syphilis and maybe crabs, which they're curable. But herpes simplex 2, once you have that for life, okay? And you do you, it's your business. Like, freedom of choice, you know what I mean? I don't look down at people like that. What I'm saying is that you need to be smart with your choices, and you need to know what you have so you don't spread it to other people that are taking care of their health, who do take responsibility. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of girls who think they're taking responsibility, but they're not even taking proper tests, and they believe in what someone tells them and not the results. If a man tells you, ladies, especially you tourist ladies that are traveling, if the man is telling you, oh, I'm clean, he might believe that he's clean because he probably had no outbreaks and maybe asymptomatic. That's another thing. You need to be careful with that. So don't believe him. Believe what's on the paper results. And ask when was the last time he hooked up with someone. Because if he hooked up with someone 3 days before meeting you, then that test that he showed you is irrelevant. because now he has to get tested again from the last person that he was intimate with. Okay, so I'm just here, guys, giving you advice. You don't want to get that STD, because I hear so many stories. I have so many friends that have it, and if you do have it, it's not the end of the world, okay? Some of y'all are probably going to watch this video, get tested, and find out you have it. Look, it's not the end of the world, okay? It's a good thing you know, because you can stop the spread, and you can, you know, help someone else not catch something. It is 10 times worse for girls, bro. It is 10 times worse for them. So you really need to be careful. And my Filipina girls and my Thai ladies, please be careful with Farang men, because I'm telling you, a lot of them just do not care, and they're thinking with their head down here and not their head up here. Like, make them work. Like, have a higher value, respect for yourself, and really get to know them and see how they are before letting them do anything with you. And go to a lab and get tested. If they're not willing to do that, then they're not worth your time, because these cheap ass broke travelers would never ever pay 6,000 baht for an STD test unless they respect you and love you, straight up. Anyway, make sure to check out this video I did on Mexico. I actually talked about escotes there as well. Go check that out, yeah.